Women's professional group, right? So I need to stay on that page and refresh women's professional page and not my Facebook page, right? Let me see. Sure. Okay. Hi everyone. Very good afternoon, and I hope you all are keeping yourselves safe and sane as well. I know it's difficult times, and we all are trying our best to remain safe and engaged. My name is Aparna Pathak, and welcome to all who are joining for this group chat. Um, Today, we are going to talk about how to remain effective and efficient while we are working from home. I know there are lots of challenges which we would want to talk about. Before I start answering the questions, let me tell you about myself. My name is Aparna Pathak, as I mentioned earlier. Um, I'm a life transformational coach. Before becoming a coach, I've done my MBA, worked with corporates for around 8 years, and soon I found that I had my own calling. Training has been and teaching has been my point of interest. So that's where I got into training, and fitness has always been a very integral part of my life since childhood. So when I quit my job, I started to think what more can I do and what I really want to do. That's where I figured out that I'm more of a person who want to live a life to the maximum potential, and that's when I started to learn more and on the wellness aspect of human being. So I've been studying from past 12 years, very deeply on this subject of body, mind, and emotions. That's where my work also comes in place. So I work with corporates in terms of mindfulness, in terms of inner leadership. I teach in B schools and executive MBA students on the behavioral science, how our behaviors are affected, and these are the subjects which are very deeply interesting to me. So I enjoy my work. So my rather whole life revolves around my work. So this was about me. I even wellness. When I'm talking about wellness, I've done a lot of courses so that I can help people with the real tools. So, yoga being one of the very major aspect where I use yoga to help people, especially with the psychosomatic diseases. I train the trainers all over the world teaching yoga and the deeper aspect of yogic science. NLP is one of the another tool which I use, and many more tools. Um, with this, I also help the athletes in peaking their performance, help executive executives, CEOs, CXOs in improving their performance, or helping people to achieve their dream goals, work with startups and helping them to reach their goals. So that's the kind of work I do. So um, during the chat, you have all the liberty to ask how you can make work from home more effective, as that's the topic. Uh, I will try and answer in my own capacity because I work most of the time from home, managing my house, managing my work, managing my children. So that's what I have to give you today. So let's see what the question is. Okay, so fantastic. So, how should I keep my kids engaged in order for me to focus on work? So, let me repeat the question. How should I keep my kids engaged in order for me to focus on work? And then there is another question here, which I can put together: how to make working from home easy. So, yes, we all are having a challenging time, especially the people who are not used to a working from home. So, what I have done during this time, since the whole family is together at home, you have no help, you have no cook, and you have to do everything by yourself, and which can be very draining. So, this is what, as a family, we have done. And when I'm sharing my experience, I want you to keep this thing in mind that every family is different, every human being is unique. So find your own ways using my example. Figure it out by yourself what works best for you. So, what is working out for me need not work out for you. Is that okay? So, this is what we have done. I figured it out. One thing which is very important is discipline. If you don't stay disciplined, your day might just slip through, right? So stay disciplined, especially the wake up time and the sleep time. And remember, sleep is very important during this time because we all need to keep our health in check. We need to keep our immunity levels in check. And I will also add in here, uh, action speaks louder than words. So your children are really watching you very closely. What are your behavior during these times? So if you want to teach them something during these time, because you all are locked down, you have no choice but to stay home. So from past almost 2 weeks now, we are at home. So, whatever you are behaving, your children are watching. So, coming back to your discipline part, stay disciplined, make a timetable that you wake up. You can be very lenient. Rather, our family has gone little lenient where we used to wake up at 5. Now we wake up at around 6:37. Um, and whatever you are deciding, work as a family. So, we have as a family divided our day in three parts. One is the family time, second is your own personal time. Okay, so that is your me time. So that can be for me my work time, and not me time, sorry, that's my work time, and then there is a me time, right? So three parts: family time, work time, and me time. So in family time, um, so when I'm talking about here, I'm talking about how you can engage your kids. Coming back to your kids, so as soon as we wake up during our chai time, we decide, because we have to finish our house chores, right? We all have to keep our house clean, and it's a very great time when we can engage our kids in the household work. We can teach them, they can be very integral part of it. Don't think that they will not be interested. Trust me on that. I never thought my daughter can be of so much of help, and she's so excited about it. But you need to keep two things in mind: that you need to remember, stay lenient with them, allow them to express themselves the way they want, and let them pick their own work. So my daughter is the first who will pick up the work, whatever she want to help with. It can be, so there are a lot of work which she has picked up in last these days. She's little elder, she's 13 years, but for the my friends who have small kids, so these are few I've listed down, rather, because this question has been coming. So you can allow your children to help you with placing the vessels, dusting the house around, making their bed, um, putting the clothes for in washing machine, putting the clothes for drying, folding the clothes, placing them in their wardrobe, cleaning their own wardrobe and setting up their own wardrobe, um, helping you with watering the plants, drying the clothes. I already mentioned, right? I think these are few very easy work which they can help you with. They can also help you with if they are a little more grown up and they are okay with it. Understand if they are okay with it, let them try. They can help you in cleaning the vessels. They can even help you in mopping and sweeping the house around. Like my child is definitely helping me out. So, which I never thought it's much easier. Yeah. They can help you during the cooking time. They can help you with chopping, cutting, or when you are working around. Think about if they are hungry and they want to make something, they can cook simple food like sandwich for themselves, or put dosa and make dosa for themselves, make some juice for themselves, make tea, coffee for you. I think these are few things which in the household thing they can help you. This is how you can one way engage your children. This is a very great way. These are challenging work which have they have never done. Understand this. They have never done, and trust me, if you give them little trust, it can become very interesting for them, and they will find fun in doing these activities. Second way is play with them, play board games with them, play, maybe put a music and dance with them. We are playing old games which I used to play during my school time, memory game. Maybe we are learning the globe and we are playing, if you remember, we used to play world map. Okay, so we will talk about the countries and cities and those things, memory game, ludo, snake and ladder, monopoly, whatever. So choose those games and play with them. That is another way. Then dance with them, work out with them. Another thing, if you are having a growing up children, I would suggest this is a great time when you can really build the connect with your child. Speak with them, talk with them heart to heart, and you will see, listen to them very carefully. I think most of the time, where we have been, most of my friends have told that we want our children to be telling everything to me, but that isn't happening. And I think since we are at home, this is possible now. Don't force or don't impose yourself on them, but then maybe casually talk to them when you are cooking. Like my daughter comes and sit with me and she's just chit chatting with me. She's telling what has happened, what's happening, what she wants, all that, and I'm listening. When they are opening up, remember, don't interrupt and don't advise them. Two things: don't interrupt, don't advise, just listen to them. Okay. I think these are few ways. And remember, you can figure it out what they like my I know that whatever matters to my daughter, I know of it. So I give her that when I'm working, she will do her own work, like she has to learn the new course, she's doing that, or she want to spend some time today maybe learning some subject. Let them choose what they want to learn the subject. If they There can be days when they don't feel like, that is perfectly fine. Maybe allow them to just play some instrument, and maybe allow them to learn by themselves. Give them time to explore, or maybe they can do the drawing, whatever they are very good at. Give that time. And then is something which can be like family together, or maybe they just want me time. Okay, that can be whatever they want to do. Like maybe they can be listening to the music, like my daughter has to listen to the music, so that's her time, 1 hour time. Now I have extended from half an hour to 1 hour. That can be another way of engaging. She sits and she can really get deeper into her artwork. Ours goes together. So I think you need to be creative in engaging your child, and trust me, it's not that difficult. It just, you need to give some time and some trust to your child. I hope that helps you in figuring out how to engage your child. Discipline, as I said, will take you very long. When you will work together with your whole family, it will become much more easier and interesting activity. Next question is how to remain sane while managing work and home while working from home. Interesting question. How to remain sane. I understand we can go really crazy. So I remember yesterday I was talking to a friend of mine, and she's saying that I'm going crazy, Aparna, doing all by myself. So I said, why you have to do everything by yourself? That's where I said, include your family, be inclusive. We are talking about inclusion so much in the corporates. So why don't you bring inclusion in your family? Do everything together, most of the thing, not everything but most of the thing. Delegate. This is the time you can start to delegate small work to your family, and they will be happy to help. And do certain thing for yourself. Make sure, when I'm talking about, we have distributed the day in three sections: family time, work time, and then me time. So keep some me time for yourself, and in this me time, do things which energizes you, which will fill you with a lot of positivity that you can identify for yourself. Like for me, taking a walk fills me with immense positivity. My yoga practice fills me with immense positivity. My meditation, reading a book, or maybe just gardening, or maybe writing. So, or chit chatting with my daughter. So, find ways which energizes you, and take a break during the day. So don't sit. Another friend I was talking to yesterday, and she said, Parna, from past 2 days, my day starts at 7 o'clock in the morning and till 5 o'clock in the evening. I'm constantly on calls. And I'm like, that looks very hectic. How are you managing? Right? She's like, I'm going really insane. So I said, why don't you take little breaks? Nobody can stay for such a long time. Even if I'm doing an online training, we take in every maybe 2 hours, we take small break of maybe half an hour or 15 minutes. So make sure you're taking break. If people are not saying voice out, say, let's take a bio break. Let's take a break where at least we can re-energize ourselves and come back so that our attention is much better. During that time, do something what will quickly energize you. Yeah, so don't go insane. Do everything which requires you to stay positive, and make sure you're sleeping well. Workout is one way uh, which can keep you positive. You might say that, how do I work out? We can't step out of the house. I think simple exercises like maybe do jogging for 10 minutes, maybe do jumping jacks, maybe just to do burpees or squats, or maybe put some music and dance. That's all. There are so many videos up there. Find what goes along with you, and I'm sure that will help you. Still, if you have a question, you can keep reaching out to me. I'm there on Jobs for Her portal. I'm a mentor there, or you can reach out to me on LinkedIn. Yeah, so let's take another question. How to make my family understand the importance of giving time to my work while working from home? So let me read out this question. This is very important question. Tina says that, how to make my family understand the importance of giving time to my work while working from home. This can be challenging, I understand. Um, so what you can do is sit with your family, talk to them heart to heart, how you feel about your work, how important your work is, and ask your children, ask your parents, if parents are around, ask your in-laws if they are around, ask your husband. you know, and tell them that how important your work is to you. Say, if think about whatever you feel, if it is so important that you can't live without it, you need to make them understand. Like, I will give you an example here. um, Cleanliness of the house is at the priority for me, okay? And it took some time for me to make that very clear to my family, that how much it is of utmost importance, and especially when you're working from home and you're home throughout. So I told them, if you want me to behave sanely throughout the day, you need to just make sure, help me in keeping the house clean. That is it. They understand. They will try their best, and they are trying their best. So I think you need to be vulnerable, you need to be honest, and I'm sure they might not come with you 100%, but I'm sure even if they walk towards you 25%, 50%, I'm sure it will become little more easier for you. I hope this technique works. But do talk to your family. It is very important for your family to understand um, how much important, whatever, whether it's your work or anything for that matter. Like, you respect, I'm sure, your child's priorities, your family's priorities. Similarly, they need to respect your priorities. It's a very give and take. And again, inclusion, we are talking about diversity, we are talking about inclusion so much. And if we can't practice that at home, then what's the point? I don't think you can take that beyond home. Then, if you need to first practice all these within your house to even take it within the society, right? So yeah, that's the starting point. Let's see what's another question. How uh how should I keep, okay, I've already answered. Are there ways to upskill myself while working from home? Oh, fantastic question. So this is a very good time. So last week, let me give you a little more insight. So last week, when we were even 21 days lockdown had not happened, and we were at home. So, this thing came to me. I don't want this time to just let go, just like that, pass by just like that. Think about, will we get this time ever in our life where we are locked down? I don't think we will ever get this time, and I just pray we don't as well. Maybe by choice, if we choose, that's very different, but not this way, right? But then I don't want this time to just pass by doing the usual thing which I have been doing. So I promised myself, and I'm doing that one thing every single day, which will help me to become the better version of myself, or which I have been doing. Say, suppose I always wanted to learn my keyboard. So now I am spending some time every single day in learning the keyboard. So online, there are so many lessons available. So I'm learning from them. So, yes, this is a good time. There are so many ways you can take online courses during this time, whatever you want to upgrade. So first, find out what is that you really want. Does that matter to you? If that matter to you, find out. There are a lot of online platforms, and enroll to that platform and spend some time, maybe half an hour to 1 hour, whatever time you want to. It's a good time to upskill, guys. We have never seen this kind of time. You never know what is the coming time. But then make sure you're doing something for yourself that matters for yourself. That means you're respecting yourself, you're giving yourself the priority. Remember, again, I will again say, these are the time when you are watching yourself, okay, and your child is watching if you have children. uh, these are the best time to role model. I'm not saying to be very harsh on yourself. Be very honest with yourself, and Be role modeling of what you really want, how you want your child also to be. Just to give an example, I've been meditating all these years, and I notice nowadays my child, I meditate before going to bed. I noticed from this week early, my daughter started meditating before going to bed, and I was like, oh wow. I didn't say anything, what is she doing, and things. I saw, and I'm like, okay, it's just a reassurance that action speaks louder than words, right? So, yes, do invest on upskilling yourself. I think this is the best time to take up whatever you want to learn new things. Mm, how can I stay abreast with latest trends in my field while working from home? I think that's easy, guys. Everything is online, or rather, we all are going to online. That's the way, at least during these times. So, see what are the trends you really want to follow. Don't just keep following everything. See what you really want to follow, um, and then keep those. You have the follow list, and you have the Twitter and different other ways to stay abreast of the new trends which are going in your field. You need to know what matters for you, what you want to really follow, what you really want to learn. So, yeah, online is the way. Read, maybe that is another way. You can keep reading and then go to online, see how they both are syncing together. That is another way. Um, how to make my family understand? Okay, we are done. Are there any the best way I can? Okay, what are the best way I can get work done when my entire family is at home? See, entire family is at home. I think to a certain extent I have answered this question. Um, so again, um, when your entire family is there, when you have divided your day, discipline is very important. I will again reinforce on that. You need to be really disciplined. I understand most of the people who are working from home are saying that our workload has increased, Aparna. uh, we are working 12 to 18 hours. Some people are like, yes, the work has gone down, but most of them are complaining about the workload has really increased. And during these time, you need to make sure that you all are in sync, you're not getting lost. Because if you're not working as a team, so this is your team. Think about, if you want to be very effective, what do? You make sure your team is in sync. They are very empathetic. You are keeping the communication. So keep communicating with your teams out there, but then keep communicating with your house member. That's your integral team right now, because all your efficiency is dependent on to the higher degree on them, right? So talk to them. If you're not feeling good, if somebody is not feeling good, make sure you're pepping them up in a right way. Find the ways to stay positive in your own house. It is extremely important to keep the house positive during these time. um, do the things, maybe have a plan for every single day. Don't micromanage anybody. Have a bigger picture at this time, and leave people to do their own work, especially the people I'm talking about who are into micromanagement, and they can be very very upset with things not going their own ways. That is another way. So don't micromanage. Talk to your family, communicate how you are feeling, how they are feeling, help each other to grow. When you are working, these are few things which I have been using when I work from home, even now. So we all have our own separate workplace. Like right now, you see I'm taking my call from here. because my daughter is in another room and my husband is taking his call from another room, right? So um, make sure you have allotted your space, because you don't want, when especially during calls, if you have two people working from home, and during the calls, during the video calls, you don't want people to get disturbed, right? So keep that. At the same time, dress up for your work. Don't just stay in your PJs. Don't stay not taking bath, not taking shower. So shower early in the morning, dress up as if you're going to work. That will keep your mind really in the mode of that you are working. Take those small breaks like chai break, talk to your family. Do maybe just go and see what's happening out there. Maybe take a break to talk to your team member, how they are feeling. If you're a leader, if you're a team manager, more important that to keep checking on how your team members are doing at this time, if they need any kind of support from you. So make sure you portray all your leadership trait here. Be very empathetic. I think being empathetic and being compassionate during these times will take you long way in your career, long way in your family, because your family will be bonding very strongly if you're having relationship trouble. So day before yesterday I was reading this post by somebody who said that there is a trouble between me and my husband, and since we are isolated, and it so happened that he asked me, will you have lunch with me? So, do you see that we all are the people who want to communicate, we want to connect, and these are the time when I think we can start to bond, relook at least, if you're not okay with it, but relook at it, and grow your connections stronger. I'm sure with yourself and with your family, with your team members, everybody. I think these are the ways you can, uh, few things which you can do, and be best at your work, right? And what else can you do? I think, yeah, meditate. Meditation is my way of taking a break for anything. If I'm not getting an answer, I just close my eyes and just be there, or just go to my plants and just be there for a moment without talking to anybody, and it really. I know there is some trouble